Let me play this soundbite from President Obama on 60 Minutes. This is part of the interview that did not air, but he was talking about his legislative accomplishments.
The issue here is not going to be a list of accomplishments. As you said yourself, Steve, I would put our legislative and foreign policy accomplishments in our first 2 years against any president, with the possible exceptions of Johnson, FDR, and Lincoln. But you know, just in terms of what we've gotten done in modern history.
So he's saying he's fourth?
When a Roman conquering general returned and had a triumphal procession in Rome, with the crowds cheering and calling him all kinds of godly names, there was a courtier in the back of the chariot who whispered in his ear, "Remember, thou art but a mortal." Obama ought to hire that guy. He's old, but I think he's still around.
What about that comment, A.B.?
You know, he is going to invite a heap of criticism from this kind of boasting, and I understand
because you're saying you're better than the accomplishments of Washington, Reagan.
Oh, it's a long list. It's a long list. It's it invites a criticism of his attempt to expand the role of government into the private sector in many different ways. This is why he is unpopular in many battleground states. He must win to be reelected in a tough economy. Obviously, he's trying to change the subject, though. He's trying to be reelected in a terrible economy, and he's trying to break with history, and so he's trying to change the subject to his accomplishment.
Quickly, the White House said it was modern comparisons. However, he did bring Lincoln into that
Look,
list.
there are two problems with this. One, this is what the president thinks of himself. And so when he's asked to talk about himself, this is how he reflects. This is not the first time he's done this. It's a level of narcissism that I think it's almost unprecedented in this town, in Washington, D.C., which is really saying something. The bigger problem, though, is that he said when he was elected that he was coming to Washington to fix the economy. One of the things he did in the first 2 years was pass the stimulus, which has manifestly failed. So he's wrong and he's arrogant.